If you are anything like me, or you're just feeling old because Arizona got you checking the Weather Channel all the time, then you got a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things beautiful outdoor playground of the state, nation, and world that we live in. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Instagram started screaming in my ear right there. Yes, hi. How are you? Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a great weekend. I've got the hoodie back on because it's a bit nippy outside. Get it together, Arizona. Let's go. Come on, decide what you want to do. Are we gonna hang in the 80s? Huh? We get the shorts out, and we're gonna hang down here in the 60s. What do you want to do? And I'm acting like I haven't seen this before. We see this each and every year. Arizona just can't get it together. Arizona just, I don't want to, I don't know what to do. I mean, there was no snow, so I feel like we should keep it colder for a little while, and everything should be, chilly and icy, and we can have, bundle up with some hot cocoa. But damn it, we got spring training going on. It's March. We need to thaw this thing out. So, some good and bad there. The bad, of course, is that we had crap for snow this year. What's up, Eddie? We had just a garbage snowfall. I don't think it's going to get any better. We might see a little bit of snow in the next couple of weeks, and that's it. Y'all, that is absolutely awful for a state that's in drought. That is absolutely awful. Oh, but Mike, it rains and the monsoons are going to come, and it's going to be not. That means nothing. Jack and squat. Here's why. We need the snowpack up north to melt slowly and basically feed the state all the way down. So that is give the state a big drink that it needs, and we have none of that. I think intern Beans up at NAU sent me a picture one time. So, Dad, it snowed today. Check this out. That's it. There was a couple little snowstorms, and that's it. It wasn't anything that stayed on the ground. It was, they're up there at the ski resorts with their Snoopy snow cone machines, just cranking those things as hard as they could. I think Jason from Caney Coolers had to have somebody come in and blow snow at Fort Tuttle for his Cooler Runnings event. And so I'm ready for shorts. I want to wear shorts all the time. I was out walking Aussie this morning in shorts. It's 50 degrees, and I was like, shorts, good, fine, good. I know people like Grizz, they wear shorts all the time. But this is the time. Get out to spring training. You don't know if you're going to be bundled up with a blanket, or you're going to be sweating, or you're going to get sunburnt, or whatever the hell happens. Anyway, welcome to Arizona. So this weekend, we had the beautiful Slavos over for a little taco night. And we said, hey, bring your dog. They have a healer. They have a healer. So Ozzy's half healer. We're like, okay, yeah, they got the same energy level. They got the same fighting styles. They'll be just fine. Let's have them over. And so the Slavos come over, and do we just jack that up? I mean, everything went okay, but I mean, we didn't even think about doing an offsite intro. But I'll tell you this: if you have dogs, especially hunting dogs, that are just dialed in, offsite introduction is the only way to go. There's no other way to do business than offsite introductions of dogs, period. And as evidenced by the intro that we had of beautiful Stella Blue and Ozzy. And Ozzy's just a puppy. Stella's, I think, 2.5, almost 3 years old. Ozzy likes the older ladies. What's up? She likes the younger boys. Hey, Stella. And I mean, right when Stella came through the gate, it was bark, 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 growl, 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 hair on the back, standing straight up. And there's this, and Ozzy just hightailed. Ozzy just turned back in the house. He's like, I'm gone. I ain't playing. What the hell is that thing? And it's a girl. I'm gone. And so they're doing that in the house, and they're doing, all right. We're trying to hug, say hi, and all this stuff, and greet. And so our first thought is, let's go to the green belt next door. Let's go to a little park next door. Let's just get them out here. Let's leash them up. Let's get them out there. Within 30 seconds, they're running around, just rolling around with each other and barking and running sprints and doing zoomies. It's all good. And then they came back in the house, and they were doing the same all night. They were just having fun and hanging out together. I'm telling you, there is no other way to do this. No other way to do this than to have a neutral site to meet and intro your dogs to other dogs. Hunt camp is perfect. Hunt camp is great. You notice how all the dogs get along at hunt camp? They get along at hunt camp because they're not protecting their territory. They're just there. They're like, oh, you're here too? Okay, cool. Let me smell your butt. And that's it. Then they're good. Then they're going to run around. They know they all got a job, and they're like, okay, boys, let's go find some birds. Off-site, neutral site. Very dangerous having, not dangerous. Well, I mean, it could be. I mean, it could get to a point where it's dangerous, but it's very risky having two dogs meet in one of the dogs' houses. So just there's parks everywhere, guys. There's green belts everywhere. Just take your dogs there first. Say, oh, you're coming over for dinner? Great, wonderful. Dinner's at 6. How about we meet at 5 down the road? And then we can get the dogs acclimatized to each other, and then we can get into the house. Yeah. Yes. I've got a home nurse coming in at noon. Hello, nurse. That a boy, Lynn. That's what I'm talking about, buddy. Hello, nurse. Y'all remember the Animaniacs? I was asking Queen Bee that this weekend. She didn't know what the Animaniacs were. I do not know. They got baloney in their slacks. They're Animani, totally zany. Nope. Okay. Anyway, but yes, they said, hello, nurse. And anyway, let's get back to it. But the dog thing worked out really well. It was like you trank darted. I think that was the expression Slavo used. You trank darted these dogs after they went their ways. Stella dead passed out. Ozzy for the first time. So Sunday morning we wake up and Ozzy doesn't want to go for a walk. Ozzy isn't like freaking out, like trying to like herd us into the room where his leash is and all that. Nope. Just sleeping right on the couch right next to us, having coffee. The dog was just toast because in his just over a year of existence, it was like a 7-year-old. I mean, he's never played for sustain like that with another dog for hours on top of hours on top of hours. He's still to this. I mean, probably this morning he was a little tired too. We went on a walk this morning. He was toast. We're going to go on a hike tonight. We'll see how it works out. Too much fun. But you know, Ozzy was having some feelings he's never had before. You know, the little pretty girl coming over the house. He's like, do you want to have one of my toys? And Stella, what he played, Stella took one of his toys and like hung it over the pool and like looked at him like, what? Yes. So good friends. They're vacation dating apparently. And so it's good times. But anyway, yes. Offsite, introduce the dogs. Anyway, thank you for hanging out. This is the Go Show. We do talk about outdoor things. And I think that is a very outdoor thing. Two very athletic sporting. Actually, those are working dogs. Those are working breeds. There's a difference between working and sporting. Those are working breeds as they are cattle wranglers. Holy mackerel. I think they actually got Stella from a ranch. These guys, yeah. Doggy day camp. This doggy day camp was more exhausting than her granny's 4 years old. Oh, wow. Dang. No, I'm telling you, this is, well, okay. So Princess Slavo, I call her full send. She is she's just a shot in the tuchus of energy. I mean, if she's around, you feel like, okay, you need to be on your game. You need to get up and move around. She is all over. She tried to work the dogs, and those dogs, those two, she had none on them. They would not stop. Constant. It's just so much fun. Yeah. Working on Oscar finally. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, working dog. Go get out there and earn. Get out there and earn. You know, it's funny because I always say the best hunting dog in the world is someone else's hunting dog. It truly is. It just, as much as I love Django, as much as I loved Boba, they're a lot of work. They are. And sporting dogs like that are just, they need a job or they're toast. Working jobs, they need a job or they're toast. So what kind of dog is Oscar, Brendan? Because think about this. If your dogs are unruly, if your dogs are eating things, your dogs don't have a job. My dogs had a job. Django and Boba knew what was up. When they saw any of my hunting gear, they knew what was up. They're ready to go. They're locked in. They're dialed in. They know their job. And when they get out of that truck, they know their job. And as long as they have a job, they're cool. Working dogs are the same, if not more so, because I know Buttercup is a sporting dog, right? She eats the yard, yeah, because she needs a job. She needs to figure something out, like something at some point of the day that is the same, that gives her kind of that same energy of sporting. That's it. Unknown wiener terrier weasel Mexican rat. What? No. Okay. Wiener Terrier Weasel. Okay, good. All right. Yeah. Okay. Not a sporting dog. No, but I mean, but it's key. It's sad. You see the older dogs that have just gone through their life without a job, and you can just tell their light isn't there. It's just not there. Ozzy is a like a beacon of light because he has his job every single day. He makes sure he takes us for a walk twice, and so they can have a gig. American Mastiff German Shepherds. So what are they? Those aren't working dogs. American Mastiff German Shepherd. German Shepherd got to be a working dog, like from the whole security vibe. I don't know. I don't know. Classic. Look at the Kennel Club and see what they come up at. And by the way, Rhonda, I'll be calling you after the next program, and we can get tomorrow all set up. Rhonda is going to be my guest co-host tomorrow on In Other News, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about previewing the president and whatnot. But anyway, but dogs have to have a job. They have to have a job. Working dogs and sporting dogs, if they are not, they will tear things up. They will destroy backyards. They will act up. They will pee. They will poop. They will do anything they can to show you, hey, give me a gig. I need a job. Don't you wish all of our kids were like that? I need a job. I thank God my kids are worker bees. I'm excited about that. Beans is such a high workload because she's graduating a year and a half early from college. So the work thing, but I mean, her desire is to work and have a job. Mastiff moments on inner shepherd moments. Yes. Well, she's still in the cone of shame. I mean, that's just, it's kind of a timeout from having to do what you do. But I'm telling you, if you want your dog to stop being a little punk, you want your dog to stop being a jerk, have the dog go get the mail with you. Have the dog just every day. It's like, okay, come on, it's time to go. It's time to go do XYZ. It's time to go. Have the dog be out there when you're gardening. Have the dog be out there when you're in your garage tinkering around. That's your dog's job. Your dog is with you for that. Make Queen Bee feel great too, because Slavo was there, and Slavo was the Stella's person. And if you don't know this, apparently Australian cattle dogs, Queensland healers, whatever you want to call them, 6 and 1 does. Tomato. Apparently they pick a person, like they're imprinting on you, like that. That's it, and you're that person, and I'm going to make sure I have eyes on you constantly. So Queen Bee's that for Ozzy. And then Slavo's that for Stella. So she felt better. She's like, does she stay on your heels all the time? He's like, yeah. Where I go, she goes. All the time. And it's not me inviting her. She's just there with me. Fantastic pup, too. Pretty little. Ooh, such a good looking pup. Ozzy was lovesick the next day. Oh, yeah. Having lunch on the back patio, and he was just like, he just bummed out. Yes, he was lovesick. Yes. Second, my best friend in Oregon has her second Australian catalog, and that was the discussion. Okay, so that kind of ending this topic of the show here is that was the discussion. So Queen Bee is telling me that it's time for me to get another dog. It's time for me to jump back in the saddle. So Ozzy has a bro, and they can just do it. Like I remember the first when I bought Django. Coach Tony said, "This is not going to be your last German Shorthair. You're going to have 2." I said, why? He goes, you'll see. And sure enough, we got Boba, Django. They just worked each other out constantly. They got each other. They exercised together. They ran together. They stimulated each other. It was perfect. So if I wonder if that Australian cattle dog, you said your friend in Oregon, is that because one died, or now there's 2? Because that's a game changer. Having Ozzy that tired was nirvana. It was seriously, it was just a great Sunday, because the dog was not bothering us at all by any stretch. Not one bit. It was great. And so I was very, very tempted to get over to the pound and make it happen. Oh, okay. Her first one passed. Okay. So she's just doing 1. 2 changes the game. So I'm going to be on the lookout for something that I can hunt with, and something that is travel sized. So we'll work it out. Because how about that? I mean, if we want somebody to dog sit for Oz, which we now found ultimate dog sitters in the Slavos, unless we go away together, whatever. But watching Ozzy is not easy. I mean, you've got to walk him about 2, maybe 3 times a day, and he's going to continue to chuck a ball at you like, let's go. Where are you? Let's go. Make it happen. Oh, there it is. Queen Bee said, do it. You will agree with me, though, right, dear? That Sunday was fantastic. I mean, as much as we love walking Ozzy and doing all that stuff, Sunday was fantastic. He was toast. Absolutely toast. Like Slavo says, like someone trank darted our dogs. No. But I'll be on the lookout. I'll commit that. I'll be on the lookout. Y'all be on the lookout too. Again, something that's travel size, maybe a little bit bigger than Ozzy, maybe 20, maybe 25, 30 pounds, and something that can hunt. And I mean really hunt. Not chasing birds. Exactly. I thought something was wrong with him. She thought he was sick. Like, no, he's just tired. He might be a little lovesick though. He might be. I mean, Stella is pretty. I mean, he was flirting with. He was flirting with her. He was, like I said, he was having feelings that he had never had before. This is a program about the outdoors, so let's get to it. And by the way, just keep an eye. Keep an eye if you guys, pounds. If you guys check in on those websites every now and again, just let me know if you guys see like a German short hair or like a Wiesla or something like that, just like a runt or a mix. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. Would love to give Ozzy a little bro to play with, or big bro to play with, one of the two. But yeah, having them do their thing together without us constantly getting a ball shoved into our lap aggressively. Ozzy will put the ball next to you and he'll back up and he'll stare at you. And then he'll jump up with his front paws and he'll push the ball to you like dude, did you not see the ball I just dropped here? 100-pound Pyrenees always out back working. Oh yeah, that's a good, yeah, hell yeah. 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 Something wrong with mine. Yep. Sure. Yeah. What's happening, Grizz? Good to see you, buddy. Okay, let's get to this because I didn't want to talk about this. There's some federal land things that I'm going to look up probably tomorrow morning. And I want to bring to you. There's a poll out that says 65% of Western United States peeps are not all about the federal lands going back to the states, and I think that's a good thing. We need to keep it that way. So we'll get into the conversation, get into the mix there. But I did see, and you see all these articles. If you're like me and you're on different sites, you see these articles like the top 10 packs of 2025, the top 10 firearms of 20. Okay. No, because you didn't write that. Okay. That's top 10 for somebody else. And most likely that it coincidentally aligns with the advertising that you see on the website. Mm-hmm. Who would have thought? So I saw this. It was the top hunting packs for 2025. And I wanted to just holler, like, stop. We don't need to talk about top packs. You don't need to talk about different accessories and things that a pack has. You don't. Here's the deal. The smallest and the lightest wins. Every time. I was thinking back to when I was putting this show together. I was thinking about my pack. I was thinking about Tequila Jim's pack. I was thinking about Slavo's pack and the people that I hunt with. And I was thinking about the times where I saw their pack, like I took a look at their pack. Each of those times I was doing this. Snap, unsnap, and doing one of these. Oh, God, yeah, get that. Because my pack was too big and had too much crap in it. Look, if you are overlanding, if you are out on a Western hunt for 3-4 days and your tent is in there, everything is in there, okay, you can do that. Yeah, okay, you can. Oh, yeah. But if you're just day hunting, like the vast majority of us are, dude, what do you need? Maybe some ammunition, maybe some field dressing kit, a knife, and then your space blanket, a couple things, maybe first aid kit, a small first aid kit. Dude, Badlands has a day pack, which I think is called the Whitetail Day Pack, which is perfect. And don't get me wrong, I will stuff everything I can into that little tiny pack, but it will weigh a third of what that big ass thing was when I was elk hunting. I'm like, why do I have all this on? There's no reason. The truck is over there. I can get whatever I need. I'm not in a survival situation. So the best pack is probably the smallest that forces you to be a bit of a minimalist, at least for me, to be a bit of a minimalist and not just pack everything in the garage. No, see, Grizz thought I was getting naked. No, I wasn't getting naked. I wasn't taking clothes off. I was taking the backpack off. So Queen Bee just said it must have a whistle. I did not know. She got me a day pack for hiking, a hiking day pack, which I think is wonderful. It's so cool. It's got a lot of cool features on it. But trust me, watch when we go to Havasupai, I will pack that thing I'll have that thing packed to the gills. It'd be hard to zip it. That's a sickness I have. I will pack a bag until it's full. Like I have this big Badlands duffel bag that we take on trips, and I'm like, okay, if the top like kind of smushes down, I'll put more stuff in there. It's a thing. It's a weird OCD thing with me. Yeah. So yeah, just put wheels on your garage. Yeah, exactly. Just take it all with you. I remember the first time I was hunting with Tequila Jim's brother-in-law, Kip. He said he's a Marine, and we pull up all the trucks. He looks around and he goes, I went to war with less gear than this. Like literally, my entire platoon, battalion, what do they call them in the Marines? Guys, help me out. Had less than this. I'm gonna say crew because that sounds cool. But the reason why Queen Bee said that is she said that she had her pack on her Osprey pack, and she said mine has a whistle, and she just whistled, and I was like, oh, that's way cool. I'm like, wish mine had a whistle. She goes, yeah, you got one right there. I'm like, BS. It's not a whistle. You know, you get guys start mansplaining. No, actually, dear, this is just a buckle, and this is up here. So the weight of the backpack, you try to be a know-it-all. And she goes, yeah, the buckle is a whistle. Look at it. And I'm like, well, smack my booty and call me Sally. I'm like, this thing is so cool. Oh, fantastic. Battalion. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Rhonda, with the battalion. I knew you'd come in with that. Or thank you, Dan, for hollering it, whichever one works. So I have a whistle on it. A whistle is a good thing to have. I mean, I could take that thing I could take that thing as a hunting pack when I'm out with the dogs. It's got a little whistle on it. So great. Absolutely love that. But hiking is the same thing. I know you knew. Hiking is the same thing, though. Like pounds equal pain. We know that. Pounds equal pain. There's no reason to have a 20-pound pack when you're just out there in the white tanks. You're out hiking. You just have enough water for the 2-3 hours that you're out there, and you're good. And you're good. Now watch tonight. We're going to go on a hike tonight. I'm going to pack that damn thing down. Watch. All it has in it right now is a spot for my cell phone, my keys, my wallet, and 3 bottles of water. I don't even fill up the CamelBak. I was like, bladder, whatever you call the thing, the bladder of the reservoir. Mm-hmm. Yes. Had a paracord bracelet with a whistle. Oh, with the whistle clips. That's dope. Yeah. Paracord was fascinating to me. Paracord to this minute is fascinating to me because there are very few people. I know Queen Bee will probably chime in here because I know she knows how to use it because she knows that she works these kids camps. And they make the bracelets and all that stuff like that. But I know she knows how to make a fly with it and things like that. Majority of people, when people started wearing the paracord bracelets, saw it on Man vs. Wild. God bless Bear Grylls. And said, I need that. Because what if I'm in a survival situation where I need some cordage? So if you need cordage, do you know how to use said cordage? Do you? I sure as hell didn't. I had Tim Ralston, my survivalist pal. Tim Ralston, he taught me how to take it apart and use it for good. And I would venture to say 98, 99%, and I was in there, had no damn clue what to do with one of those bracelets if you were in a survival situation. You had no idea what to do. Yeah. Also, never do anything you see Bear Grylls doing on TV. Yeah. Yeah. Like skinning a snake and peeing in the hide and saving it to drink later. I'm done. I'm good. No more. Yeah. Makes those Bears look bad. Hey, here's the deal. I will say this. A lot of people get after people in the media and things like that, and they go after like Bear Grylls, and they go after one in the my chef world in the cooking videos and all that I watch is Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri, they go after him because he's got the frosted hair and stuff. He's a little obnoxious with the rings and all that stuff. One of the most charitable human beings you'll know. Like one of the most philanthropic dudes around in that business. Just a good dude. In the music world, George Michael, before he died, his last 5 world tours, every penny went to charity. But anyway, Bear Grylls, same. Bear Grylls is a charitable good man. He might not be a survivalist, but he is a charitable and good man. That's just the gross stuff. Things like trying to, here we go. Things like trying to use vines to rappel down a waterfall when you can just hike down and worse. Oh, yeah. Well, that doesn't make good for TV. Well, I mean, seriously, that doesn't make good TV. I wouldn't have watched it if he's like, oh, yes, I could probably traverse this. I could probably rappel down this waterfall with some vines that I see here, but I'm going to walk around. I wouldn't watch that. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I didn't watch it to learn much. I watched it to see if the dude was going to fall and crack his grape. That's it. Yeah. It's the only reason why we watched it, to see if this guy was going to make it. And I understand he has cameras. Again, that's why I like the show Alone. Alone it's raw. I mean, they're filming themselves. There's no one there. There's no safety blanket unless you tap out. And then it's just, you can request like a med check or something like that. I think you can on Naked and Afraid. Still no word from the casting at Naked and Afraid, because Queen Bee's hot, and I've got this, I look like a hairy manatee when I take my clothes off. So, not a surprise. Yeah, not a surprise at all. Anyway, but you can't, okay, look, I'm going to go ahead to Man vs. Wild real quick before we wrap up here. Man vs. Wild, there are things that you do learn. Like, I think one of the biggest takeaways I got was the put your hand like this up to the horizon line and the sun in every finger's 15 minutes. You see how much sunlight you have. I think that was a valuable tool that I've used a lot. So there's things that you can take out of it. That's why you watch those shows, not because, like there's one giant guru that can teach us all this stuff. It's just that. All right. Anyway, let's do this again tomorrow, shall we? We'll get back into the PAC thing, because I do want to talk about that, and I want to dig into this federal lands deal, because it's coming out of Arizona. That Mark Fincham guy is really trying his best, and I'm going to do my best to get Sarah Potter on the show with us to talk water and find out what the hell is going on with Arizona water. So, like, really, what's going on? Like, my sprinklers went on today. Does that mean I thought we were out of water? That kind of thing. Let's talk. So let's get it down. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out on the Go Show. I'll do it tomorrow at 11, right here on the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of the state, nation, and world that we live in. Hasta mañana.